Hey, what's up, guys? Hey, Howard, welcome back. I'm so glad to see you. And honestly, I don't know if you saw the post, but same here. I hope you're feeling better. I'm feeling better on my end, but I'm so glad to see you back. It's great to have you back. And just sending the best, man. Just hope you feel better as soon as possible. I was gone last week because I had like a health thing as well. So I'll explain more of that. But I'm really glad to be back. Really glad to have you back. And we're just tonight is a new species. So it's really good to be back in the saddle with the Australian Reticulated Swellshark. So yeah. I guess just a kind of a quick update. Well, actually, I guess first, like, did you have a good weekend? Because like last weekend was like the first, like the weekend prior was not a good weekend for me, but last weekend was pretty nice. Like just a lot of socializing, kind of catching up with friends, enjoying the summer weather. But I hope you had a good weekend. And like I guess just to kind of like follow up with 2 weeks ago, everything is fine. But this and like thank goodness like I think I kind of maybe freaked people out because I got my scuba license and then like went to the ER. But it was not dive related at all. So I guess just as a quick recap before we dive into sharks. So I've been having like abdominal pains for like I was having abdominal pains the week before diving, and then did diving totally fine. And then the week after diving, those pains were still there, and my girlfriend and I were like, we should probably check this out. So we went to urgent care just so it's in the United States is just kind of like I mean I don't know how other countries do it, and it's probably I apologize if it's similar, but in the United States like you can go to like it's kind of like a walk-in little thing called urgent care. So you walk in and you could do it if you have like a cold or if you have like a minor injury or something. And this is exactly what it's used for, where it's like if something suddenly comes up, you could just walk in, same day, and they'll check it out and everything. So we went to urgent care thinking like, oh, this is probably not a big deal, and they'll probably figure out what it is. And then the doctor there was like, I don't like how like you're responding to like my like they do this like appendicitis test where it's like they push your stomach, and if you're in pain, it sometimes can be an indicator of appendicitis. So the doctor did that, and she was like, I don't really like how this is painful for you, and we don't have the equipment to make absolutely sure that you're okay. So I'm going to recommend you go to the emergency room just to be absolutely sure, because they have all the equipment that you need to screen that. And I was like, oh no, because I thought this was going to be a quick thing. Hey Mingus, welcome back. Thank you. So, oh Howard, I'm so sorry. My condolences. That's really hard. But I'm sending you the best, man. So, my condolences for your family. But yeah, just glad everybody's back together. I'm so glad everybody's back together, and just hope we can have like a fun night, all of us together. So. Yeah, but and thank you again, Mingus. I appreciate that a lot. It's just 2 weeks ago was like kind of like alarming, because it's been forever. I really, no one likes ER, but like I think like I fortunately have not gone in often, but like the last time I did was like a very serious thing. Like nothing related to this. It was like a broken bone thing, and it was just like. I think just like it just kind of brought back memories. It was like, ah, man. So anyway, my girlfriend and I were in the ER, waiting for a very long time, and then finally got seen. And fortunately, everything looks great. They did like blood work and a CT scan, and just like everything was fine. They did not find anything, which is good. But I was asking the doctors like, well, what do you think it is? And they were saying, well, have you changed your diet at all? It's like, I did change my protein shakes, and I have been drinking kombucha, and that's it. it's apparently, I didn't realize this, but I think the kinds of protein shakes I was drinking, and then the combination maybe doing that with kombucha, or maybe even the kombucha itself, it can you can build up a lot of like you could build up like an imbalance of either, like for the kombucha it's like the bacteria in your system, or for protein shakes you can build up an imbalance of like minerals, or certain kind of vitamins and things. And I think what happened was yeah, thank you. I think what happened was that my system was not really just kind of flushing that out. It just was kind of, it kept accumulating too much. And so it was starting to feel like, those abdominal pains were starting to get kind of like, painful. And it was starting to like look like, appendicitis, but even though it wasn't. And so we were like, okay, let's just cut this out of the diet. Let's see what happens. And I'm completely fine. So it was a diet thing, which is good. I'm really glad nothing serious has happened. But I joked with my girlfriend. I was like, babe, am I here because of gas? So there we go. That was the great adventure. I am so sorry about missing the stream, but I needed to rest. So and it was just a really long weekend. But I really appreciate everybody's patience on that, and love you guys. Just thank you for like all the well wishes. Like that really meant a lot to me. Just kind of like posting that update and just seeing the responses. So thank you. I really appreciate that. So, but we're back completely healthy and ready to go. So thank you. So yeah, I think with that we're gonna dive right into tonight's shark. It's long overdue. The Australian Reticulated Swellshark. So, and this is going to be kind of a cool night for swell sharks in general. And we don't have real footage on... Oh, thank you guys. Yeah, I really... Thank you. Really appreciate all that. Thank you. Yes, thank you, Howard. I'm really glad... I made a comment to my girlfriend that, as scary as this was, I'm really glad that we at least went in and we got blood work, and that we know on a granular level everything is fine. Like, there's no underlying issue, so that was really reassuring. And yeah, always better to be safe than sorry. So I'm glad, even though it was like a false alarm, it's just glad to get it checked out. So we are here for many more sharks. So but yeah, very pretty shark. Yes, the Australian Reticulated Swellshark. It's really cool. It has a distinct color pattern, and I think it's the angle. It's like the like those, I guess the reticulations. It kind of almost reminds me of a chain cat shark, but these are a bit more like straight. Like chain cat sharks have more of like a diagonal like chain across the body, but this shark kind of has these like beautiful like double bands, which is so cool to see. So, oh yes, swell sharks. So Mingus, there's quite a few kinds of swell sharks in the world. The one that I'm used to, or like, I guess like most like North Americans are used to, is the classic swell shark, or just swell shark, which lives on the west coast of North America, or like the Pacific coast. And what these sharks are famous for, all swell sharks are famous for, is that they can puff up their bellies. So you can actually see this in this illustration. This is the actual specimen photograph. There we go. It was kind of hard to tell. In this specimen photograph, you can see that the shark has a distended belly, and that's because it's puffing itself up. Either I think this group of sharks can do this with both air and water. But they suck up a lot of air or suck up a lot of water, just like pufferfish, and they're able to. Yeah, so we're going to see this in action a little bit. Maybe not the swelling in action, but like just the shark in action, where their normal state is just very much like a cat shark. These are actually a kind of cat shark in general. They are, I believe, swell sharks are in the family Scilurinidae, which is the cat shark family. Just want to make absolutely sure about that. Yes, they are. So they are a kind of cat shark, but they have that special ability of puffing themselves up. And they do that to either wedge themselves into rock crevices to make themselves harder to dislodge, or I think it can be like pufferfish where it's kind of a prey deterrent. Oh, thank you. Sorry about the audio. But it's probably, it might be the music. And my computer has been acting a little weird today, so but thank you for keeping me posted on that. But anyway, so it's kind of like a prey deterrent. The primary function is for the shark to wedge itself in rock crevices and not be dislodged. But I think the secondary part of that is if some predators try to bite the shark, it's kind of like hard to grab a hold. And I'm going to assume more like fish, like bony fish, trying to kind of get their mouths around the shark can like swell up. And then another fun thing about these sharks is that they actually bark. So they can actually make kind of like a barking sound if they're taken out of the water. So they have like a lot of fun defense mechanisms. So we might not be able to see those in action on film, but we do have quite a few different kinds of species of swell shark on film. So let's go ahead and check them out. So this, I believe, Cephaloscyllium ventriosum, let me make sure. I think this is the classic one that I was talking. Yes, it is. So this is the classic swell shark on the Pacific coast of the United States. And I forget if they can go up to Canada, like what their cold tolerance is. But very, very cute little shark. Very big head. Love the sea lion checking it out. So it's fun to see him wiggling around the seabed. He's very active, so he might be looking for prey. But this is the classic swell shark that I think most people in the United States and Canada are familiar with. It's kind of like a good, at least for the United States and Canada, it's a good like model species, or kind of a good anchor for Cephaloscyllium, this genus, as far as like there's quite a few other kinds of swell sharks, but it's kind of, this is like usually the first one that people are introduced to. So what's really immediately evident to me is that for cat sharks we are used to kind of a long, slender body throughout, but for the swell shark, you can see a lot of kind of robustness towards the head and the main trunk around the pectoral fins. So a lot of girth at the front of the body. Really beautiful, kind of like almost like spade shape head. It's very like it's quite a bit more defined, quite a bit more like not blocky. I'm trying to find the right word for it, but kind of like a pyramidal shaped head a little bit, which is a little bit different from other cat sharks. Like other cat sharks have more of like an eel-like long, slender body. It's kind of cool to see that swell sharks have kind of more mass at the towards the front of the body. So I also want to slow this down because I do want to get a good shot of that sea lion, because I just think it's so cool that he's diving down. The diver is just focused on the swell shark, and the sea lion is gonna come into the frame and is like, what is going on? Look at that. That is so cool. So very brief, but very cool to see. So this is a dropboard shark, which is a kind of swell shark, and I believe dropboard sharks are in Australia. This is a BRUVS, so a baited remote underwater video survey. So this is the camera attached to a rig with bait at the end. You do see some fish, and there's the dropboard shark, which is a type of swell shark, coming in. All right, he's going for it. Boom! Oh man, look at that. Love the jaws. Look how compressed the jaws look. They almost remind you of like angel shark jaws, as far as kind of being a little bit like wider, kind of. Oh, look at that roll. Oh, that reminds me of like a crocodile, like kind of like a death roll. Amazing technique for that shark. It's so cool. Similarly, so very different color pattern than the classic swell shark, but similarly, look how just like front-loaded the body is, as far as just like the head, the trunk, just very muscular. I guess all of sharks' bodies are very muscular. Like sharks are almost pure muscle, but just like there's a lot more mass at the front end of the body, and then the tail end of the body, narrows. It's such a cool shape. One way to kind of easily tell swell sharks from other kinds of cat sharks, because other cat sharks are a bit more slender. So cool. Love how he's still checking out. He probably still smells, is probably still smelling the bait, like maybe pieces of it on the rig, which is why he keeps circling back. This guy is so cool. We do not have swell sharks in the at least the Northwest Atlantic. So we have cat sharks, but we don't have swell sharks. So. These are a real treat for me personally, because I mean, we don't have them in our waters, so it's fun to see. It's such a different kind of group. Super cool. We'll do a replay on that. So here he comes. Yeah. Oh my gosh, love the comments. So wiggly, thick body, head is very flatworm-like. Yeah, actually, good biology reference, Midges. A planarian. Yeah. The front is very robust, yet the range of movement doesn't seem to be limited at all. It's just as wiggly as any other shark. Yes, love it. It's kind of cool. There's three. I think we talked about this recently. There's like the three basic kinds of movements in sharks. There's like the rigid body with the tail doing all the work, and that's like the mackerel sharks. There's the sinusoidal snake-like movement, and those are like cat sharks. And then you have, and this would be the sinusoidal movement. And then the third one is the one in between. So that's like hammerhead sharks or requiem sharks, or more like smoothhounds. But this is so cool. Love that he's just pulling that rig. Great pull. I went like let's just see that shot slow down. Instant replay. By the way, has anybody been watching the Olympics? Speaking of instant replay, I feel like this always happens to me every year, where like I really enjoy the Olympics, but I feel like it always catches me off guard when it happens. I don't know why. I just always forget, like, oh yeah, the Olympics are going on. But I love them. I do love them. It's so cool. And actually, let's see that one more time. Because, like, how is he moving it? So he grabs hold. He's kind of... I think looks like it's mostly his tail. He's not pushing against the seafloor or anything. It's just, like, it's kind of a cool example of how muscular sharks are. Where it's it seems like a sizable enough rig that it could be disoriented or, like, distorted because of the camera. Where maybe this is just a light piece of plastic, but it just seems really cool that the shark can grab hold and, not really use the seabed as leverage. It's, kind of just using its own body weight, its own mass to perform that maneuver to bite down and just dislodge that prey item. So. So cool to see that death roll. Very, very cool to see. So, I'm not exactly sure. I guess the official name would be a rolling behavior, but I love the idea of calling it a death roll, just like crocodiles or alligators. So. And even though this shark is on the smaller side, still a predator, still a mighty predator. So, it is just as much right to call that a death roll as larger animals. So. These are very pretty fish, by the way. I have no idea what they are, but really pretty color pattern on them. I like the speckling on the drop board shark. So much more muted color palette than the swell shark and the Australian reticulated swell shark, but still very beautiful. Love animals with like subtle beauty. With like the white spots on it, so it's so cool to see. Beautiful eyes too. Alright. It's so cool that he's checking out. Alright, we're gonna see some more swell sharks. There's quite a few of them on YouTube. We don't have our species, unfortunately, but we do have quite a few others, so let's take a look. This is another dropboard shark cruising along the seabed in Tasmania. This is actually kind of cool to see. It's a slightly different color palette where he's got more light and dark blotches. But this is really awesome to see. This is the Swell Sharks or Dropboard Shark A case, which is unlike any other case we've seen. Look at the ribbing on it. So, or like a lot of grooves on the egg cases for Swell Sharks. Other cat sharks, they have very smooth egg cases. Horn sharks have corkscrew-shaped egg cases, but swell sharks, it seems, they actually have like these like grooves or ribs, probably to help anchor it into the seabed a little bit more. It does have the tendril features, just like other cat shark egg cases, to help catch on kelp or seaweed. But pretty cool to see. Yeah. Feels like you only learned about 2 days. Yep, the Olympics, yeah. But yeah, it's cool to see that swell sharks are, just like other cat sharks, are one of the groups of sharks that lays eggs, just purely lays eggs, just like reptiles, just like crocodiles. It's astounding like how diverse the reproductive modes of sharks are. Some have placental live birth connections, some just do complete egg laying, and like the swell shark, and then some have kind of a mode in between where they lay eggs inside their bodies, and then the eggs develop within the mother's body, and then they're sort of born. They're born live, but it's just interesting. The diversity is really fascinating. This is the Japanese swell shark, Cephaloscyllium umbratil, also known as a blotchy swell shark. This one, I think, is in a tank, because he's just chilling. Nice shot of his eyes, so really, really pretty. Or her eyes, can't see what sex this is, but it's kind of fun to see. Nice big snout. With rather large nostrils, so can kind of assume swell sharks might have a better sense, proportionally more keen sense of smell, which makes sense as they navigate their reef environment, looking for prey items. This one is just chilling, actively pumping water over its gills, but at a very relaxed rate. Spiracles are very close to the eyes. Excuse me. This one, I think this is a classic swell shark from the Pacific. So Pacific coast of North America. So this is a swell shark, just kind of chilling under this piece of kelp, just being relaxed. Very approachable. This diver is getting very, probably too close, probably way too close to it. Shark definitely does not like that. Adjusts into a different position. He's such a couch potato. He's very just chilling, just enjoying life. So these are very cute sharks, like with big boofy heads, but just a wiggly body, and just wonderful example of how sharks are just diverse and have a myriad of forms. They're just so beautiful. They're not all just the classic image of, great whites and things. Like many of them can be adorable, squeezable, except until they puff up. Reef dwelling or rocky seabed dwelling sharks. So, but great color palette or color pattern for camouflage. Love the mix of the dark and light bands, so perhaps mimicking water rippling. Or seaweed or kelp fronds lying on lighter colored rocks in the seabed. Last clip I have is another clip of the dropboard shark, but this one is a great shot. Great shot of just, I think this is like a kind of a mix of shots. So we'll just fast forward to footage. Just bumping the cameraman. Nice shot of the swimming movement where most of the body is going that sinusoidal movement. The head and the fins are kind of like one unit. It almost reminds one of like a woebegone a little bit. Those are two very different groups of sharks, but morphologically they do look a little similar. That's a good view of the egg case. But morphologically they do look pretty similar in terms of having like the big heads being bottom dwelling, and then the narrow bodies tapering in the back. So it almost, I mean, and it's kind of funny. This is also really, really distant, but I love him just sitting on the seabed. But it also reminds me a little bit of angel shark, and I think it's really the head shape, like kind of just like the flat head with like the triangular, compressed, trap-like jaws. Like it kind of reminds me of that a little bit. Completely distant group. But you can even see, it looks like almost like the body is ventrally kind of flush with the seabed as well. It almost looks like it's round on the sides and the top, but it looks almost flat on the bottom. So, and that's kind of like an angel shark trait, which is really cool to see. So, it's a beautiful group of sharks. But let's... Love it. Doesn't even lift itself off the rocks. It's just so squeezable. Yeah. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. So yeah, these sharks are adorable. They are great contenders. Right up there with the bullhead sharks for maybe cutest sharks. And let's dive into tonight's swell shark species, the Australian Reticulated Swellshark, also known as Reticulated Swellshark. So we have a few summaries, a few papers, and then a really cool study that we'll dive into. So let's just start with, I guess we'll start here with the sharkreferences.com main page, because we do have the original description here, and you can see the shark completely swelled up. So this is the defensive posture. So it's either sucking in a lot of water rapidly or a lot of air rapidly to inflate its body. This is a male. Color-wise, it looks very, very similar to the chain cat shark, where you have that nice cream color base and then the reticulations. But the style of the reticulations is quite different. And actually, for comparison, I wonder if we can... I would like to pull up the chain cat shark, and this website can be a little goofy, so stand valid. Like it's hard to search for sharks in this website, but if you pull up the list, it's there you are. That's not a good image of that. Shoot, because that's a very damaged individual. Let's do fish base. Because the colors are very faded. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Okay. That's what I want. Okay, so it's kind of cool to compare. This is the chain cat shark. And then here is the Australian Reticulated Swellshark. And it's kind of funny. Far apart, they... Like, it's been a while since I've seen a chain cat shark photo, so they seem to my head a little bit more similar, but you can see some major differences. So the swell shark has pretty organized stripes, like bands. So really, really clear cut bands around the body. And then a chain cat shark is just kind of all over the place, where you have these like blotches and diagonal patterns. They kind of make these like pentagonal shapes along the body. So like the interior or the inside of like the pentagon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, they are pentagonal. Like irregular and pentagonal. But the inside of that is like darker color. Outside is like nice cream color. This swell shark has a cream color as well, but again, the body pattern completely different. So first glance seems kind of similar, but closer inspection, very, very different color pattern as far as like the actual markings. Morphologically, even if the swell shark was deflated, you can see how the chain cat shark is just this nice, long, slender, noodly kind of body. And then the swell shark, like we've been saying, the head is a lot bigger in swell sharks, lot girthier in the front. So it's kind of like more of a I don't want to say like a powerful looking kind of cat shark, but like it's a heavier. That's what I'm trying to look for. A heavier looking cat shark in the front. So and that's kind of a cool thing where this species is Cephaloscyllium hiscosellum. This is Cephaloscyllium, and this is different from Scylorhinus. It's kind of cool to see that there's, regardless of the color palette, the actual physical morphology is different. Where Scylorhinus is like long and slender, and then Cephaloscyllium is just heavier in the front part of the body. So it's kind of cool to see that. Like if you had just two completely gray sharks, you could still see a pretty significant difference. Even though the cat sharks, you can still physically see a difference between them. So it's really cool to see. Oh, great shot of this deflated. So this is the reticulated swellshark deflated. So let's compare that to the cat shark as well. So deflated still, I mean, it does look, at glance if you're underwater, probably would be easy to confuse, but the pattern is still distinct, where it's kind of more like these squares, circles, pentagons on the body for the cat shark, and then the swell shark, it's a lot more like vertical bands, you know. Yeah, chain cat shark has irregular bands around the body. The Australian Reticulated Swellshark has these nice vertical bands, so it's so cool to see. And again, the front is a lot heavier looking. The tails look quite similar. Chain cat shark actually has a bit of a larger lower caudal fin, so. But anyway. So common names: Australian Reticulated Swellshark, native only to Australia. These are great. Oh my gosh, what a beautiful image. So this is a great image of a like a well-developed swell shark in its egg case. So you can still see the yolk, so the yolk attached to the shark's body, but clearly you can tell the species as far as like the eyes are developed, the fins are. I know like the fins are folded in, but like just based on the development of the rest of the body, I mean you have like the basic features like the snout. The stripes on the back, like the pigmentation. So really great shot. And that's actually a really cool thing about these kinds of sharks. And you see it in aquariums sometimes where they will do a captive breeding program of cat sharks, and you can see eggs in different development stages, and they'll be backlit. And the eggs are fine, you know, just as long as like the water has enough like oxygen in it, enough movement in it, enough like nutrients in it, or I mean not nutrients because the eggs are sustaining off the yolk, but as long as the water is okay as far as like pH and acidity and you know like it's salinity, like the aquarium water is okay, the eggs are okay. So it's a really cool program to see, like shark development, at least egg laying or oviparous shark development. So really great shot. So underside of the head, very small but sharp teeth, multiple rows. Very large nostrils again. It's kind of cool to see that. Very large nostrils at the forward edge of the snout. I mean, like right at the edge. So I feel like compared to other sharks, like that sense of smell probably is a little bit more heightened as far as trying to locate prey. Like some sharks have large, and I guess what I mean by that is like some sharks, you know, have like large eyes, you know, when they live in deep water environments to help kind of locate prey. The hammerheads have like the large heads that amplify all of their senses, but swell sharks having like these large nostrils at the very edge of the mouth, the edge of the snout, kind of makes me think that probably is a very good hunter as far as like being able to detect smell. So let's see. So fish base. So cephalus. So Greek name Cephaloscyllium. Cephalus means head, referring to its very broad and depressed head, and skylion, Greek for dogfish or small shark. Hiscosellum, hisco means open, and cella means saddle, referring to distinctive open-centered saddle-like markings that dominate its color pattern. So this is a great scientific name for the species. So Cephaloscyllium hiscosellum. So excellent, excellent name, very descriptive, referencing the descriptions, or referencing the descriptive feature of the species. So. Only one image. Let's see. Small species with these characters, we don't need to go into them too much detail because these are more like specific measurements. Not a lot of notes as far as behavior. Yeah, just to make sure I'm not missing anything. So we'll check out IUCN Red List. So our good friend at IUCN Red List says that the reticulated swellshark, or Australian reticulated swellshark, also known as reticulate swellshark, same scientific name, is least concerned. So it's nice to see that's doing okay. What's kind of interesting is that I think, was it Fishbase? Fishbase is saying the species lives in Tasmania. And shark references. Oh shoot! I didn't mean to click out of that. Let me get back to where it was. There we go. Okay. Shark references was saying that it also lives in Tasmania as well, but IUCN Red List seems a bit more conservative, where it's saying it just lives in Western Australia. And what's kind of cool to see, you can immediately tell from this, is that it's not a coastal species. It looks like it lives kind of on the shelf. You see how like the distribution does not collide right into the continent, and that there's this light blue area between the shark's distribution and the mainland. So that tells me that it probably spends more of its time on the continental shelf, or like the slope, or the edge of the shelf. So it doesn't really come inshore that often. It's kind of what I'm getting from this. So. Marine deep benthic, interesting. So let's read up on how it's doing. The reticulated swellshark is a small, poorly known deep-water cat shark which is endemic to northwest Australia and the eastern Indian Ocean. The species occurs on the upper continental slope at depths of 294 to 420 meters. So that is the twilight zone. So this is a twilight zone shark, actually. It's the upper part of the twilight zone, but still the twilight zone, so that's actually cool to see. Its biology is very poorly known. Little fishing effort occurs within the species' extent of occurrence off Australia, with no major threats evident. It is assessed as least concern. More information is, however, required on its biology. Very cool. I want to see if there's more habitat notes. Probably not. This deepwater benthic swell shark is recorded from the upper continental slope. Maximum size of this small species is at least 52 centimeters, with males maturing at 46. Nothing is known of its biology, except that it's egg-laying, oviparous. So, interesting. It's cool to see that this is a twilight zone swell shark. It's very colorful, and actually, what's interesting about that too is that chain cat sharks are also slope-dwelling sharks, and they have a similar, like, cream color base with dark bands on it. So I don't know. Is that kind of color pattern for sharks helpful for that kind of environment, living in a continental slope edge environment that is like pretty deep water? I don't know. Alright, this looks like these are photographs. Atlas of Live in Australia. This is photographs of swell sharks in general, but not necessarily our species specifically. Looks like a lot of these are drop board sharks. I wonder if I can... Oh, nope. Yeah, so these are not the same species, but it's a similar cousin, a close Australian cousin. photo of that, actually. Oh yeah, Minjas, washed up egg case. Let's go back to that. That is a really cool concept because have you guys seen mermaids' purses, which are washed up skate eggs? They're usually dark brown, and they have like 4 tendrils. Those are the ones that I see a lot, and that makes sense because the only egg-laying sharks that we have kind of in my part of the ocean is like are the chain cat shark. And then we have Galeus ri, which is another kind of cat shark, and I forget off the top of my head what it is. Oh gosh, I really should know that one. The black spotted cat shark, if like the English name I think for that species. But as far as I know, those are the only 2 sharks that lay eggs in, like kind of in the mid-Atlantic area of the United States. I can't think of another shark that does that because we have a lot of we have a lot of carcharinids and spherinids, and the mackerel sharks, and those are all live bearing in different ways, but they all give live birth either in viviparity or ovoviviparity, but it's still live birth. We have like angel sharks, which also give live birth. We have dogfish, which also give live birth. They don't lay eggs. So yeah, I think it's just the cat sharks that lay eggs off our coast. Long-winded way of saying, we don't get shark eggs on the beach, but we do get skate eggs. So, and I forget what species of skate lays eggs, but those are called mermaid's purses on our beaches. So. And sometimes I think mermaid's purses can refer to shark eggs, but I think it depends on what part of the world you're in. So, but yeah, the idea of like finding a shark egg is so cool to think about. And again, it's really cool to see this is a very distinct egg case. It's cool to see that you can maybe identify a species or at least a genus based on the egg case shape. So, it's cool to see that these are swell shark egg cases because of like the rivulets or like these indentations here, whereas other cat sharks have smooth egg cases. So cool. Oh. Oh, hey, that's awesome. So I just saw your comment, Minjas. Yes, so Maine should have you should be able to see them in Maine, actually. Let me see if I can find... I'm pretty curious about this. Mermaid's purse. Okay, these are the ones that I see. Like the dark black one. These are the ones that I see. Not this. This is huge, whatever that is. Oh, this is cool. Oh, some of these are huge. Wow. And here's one of a shark, but that is like a swell shark egg. Sorry, a cat shark egg. This is a cat shark egg of some kind. So yeah, I guess mermaid's purse can refer to both sharks and skates. So, but these are the ones that I see, like these dark brown ones with like the horns, if you will. And I forget the skates that we have. We have quite a few, but the big one is clear nose skate, which also lives in New England. And we have little skate, winter skate, thorny skate, barn door skate, which I believe is endangered. So there's quite a few. There's quite a few up the coast. So you might see one next time you go to the beach. They probably do wash up. I know clear nose skate are definitely in New England. So, but yeah. Oh no, it's okay. I just saw your comment. Yeah, so most of the mermaid's purses that do wash up on the beach are hatched. So most of them are empty. Either, and actually more likely than not, they probably have hatched. But yeah, most of them are empty. Or either like filled with sand. So they're usually not. They're not occupied. I've seen probably. If I was really, I mean, like I've probably seen or walked past hundreds maybe, and I've probably picked up like 20 to 50 in my lifetime, and I've never seen one occupied. So you're good. You're good. Usually they wash up empty. So thank goodness. So those little skates are doing okay, and they you know much more often than not made it and are in the ocean. So, but anyway, let's see. Atlas of living Australia, fishes of Australia. I don't think there's more info. Oh, except for this. Endemic to Western Australia from the upper continental slope off Geraldton to Broome. So I think you could count this shark as... it's kind of cool to see the term endemic. I think you could count the shark as an endemic species. Just for fun, I wonder if we can pull up marine ecoregions of the world again. Just to verify that. Not ArcGIS, it's, well, I guess ArcGIS. It's the, I'm just going to spend like 5 seconds on this, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Because there's a website where you can view it. It's not that. Viewer. Databasin. That's what it is. Databasin. Haha. Yeah, this used to be... the Nature Conservancy used to have this amazing map of ecoregions. Man, I love that map. And I guess it ran out of funding or something. Like the maintenance of it was expensive or something, because it's no... Last time I checked, you can't get it. Oh, no! No! And just as I say that, Databasin may not be working. Oh, no. I'll try one more time. Sometimes you gotta fight it a little bit. Yes, you do have to fight it. Sometimes fighting is the answer. Actually, that's terrible. No, it's not. But anyway, at least for technology, sometimes it works. Okay. Let's see. So Western Australia, we've got north of Perth, and then around this area, north of the Great Sandy Desert. So already that's like 3 or 4 ecoregions. So the shark lives in 3 or 4 ecoregions in Australia, so each one of these is a distinct region. So maybe you could say it's endemic to Western Australia, which is really cool, the state. But ecologically, it does cross a couple boundaries, like most sharks. So let's kind of see. We've got Exmouth to Broome, I guess is the name of that ecoregion. Ningaloo is the name of that ecoregion. Shark Bay, that's so cool that that's a whole ecoregion. Very, very cool. And then finally, Houtman, or Houtman. So, but I love that there's a place in Australia called Shark Bay. I've heard of this location a lot, but I don't know why it's called Shark Bay. We may have to check that out. If we have some time tonight, we might look into that. Because that's a location that's come up quite a few times as far as sharks go. So, and you know, it's aptly named. So, definitely want to figure out where that comes from. So this is a really cool, and this might take up most of the night, because getting into more of the research, beautiful publication called The Description of New Australian Chondrichthyans. So I've never really seen this before, but it's a really beefy text, and I would love to kind of like explore it. Also, just as a shout out to Australia, which does a lot of good shark work. And look at this. So we have our Australian Reticulated Swellshark. The authors of this paper are William T. White and then David A. Ebert, author of Sharks of the World, or co-author of Sharks of the World. So it's really cool to see Ebert on this. Here we go. And this might be the first description of the species. So let's see. Yeah, yeah. Yes, Howard, absolutely agree. Nice book, like both this text and then Sharks of the World, all versions of Sharks of the World, which is like, I'm usually very like picky about shark books. I usually am very, very, very particular about shark books, but the Sharks of the World series blows my mind. I'm just like, it's fantastic. So, mhm. Oh, sorry, Howard, I just saw this. Now you have me thinking. I have only one type of shark egg case in my collection. Also, I have heard of fossil shark egg cases. So cool. Where is that? Like, that is so cool. Like, where? What species is that? Like, what group is that? And I'm gonna see if I can take a guess. I've never heard of fossilized shark eggs. I I'm gonna guess horn shark. I'm gonna guess it's a fossilized horn shark. Let me know in the comments like what kind of egg group it is. That is so cool. Oh, nice. Yes, Minja's proud owner of a copy of the Sharks of the World book. That's fantastic. Yes. Oh my gosh. Excellent, excellent. So, I hope you enjoy it because I love the Sharks of the World series. They're so cool. So, and like I use it a lot. Like when I'm trying to do a deeper dive into species, I really love that. Those books are just a great snapshot, and they're really well up to date. They're a really great snapshot of all the known species of sharks. It's a very comprehensive series of work. So yeah, the hands down my favorite shark books. I have a few that I'm very like fond of. There's and they're all like titled very similarly. Funnily enough, there's Sharks apostrophe. No, sorry. Sharks exclamation point, which was like a 1994 text. Is like a companion book for Shark Week on Discovery Channel, and that was like my childhood book. Really loved it. There's Sharks by the Ferraris, which is a really nice little compact shark guide. Actually, yeah, those are like my childhood classics, and then Sharks of the World are kind of like the big book, like the big up to date text I really love. So, but here we go. A new species of swell shark, Cephaloscyllium hiscosellum, species. I forget the Latin for that. It's like it means new species, but it's like I forget if it's like Specia novae. I forget. It's described based on material from the upper continental slope of northwestern Australia. Cephaloscyllium hiscosellum is clearly separable from all other Australian members of this genus by its distinctive color pattern, which consists of a series of dark brown lines which form a pattern of open saddle-like markings and reticulations. This species is similar in appearance to Cephaloscyllium fasciatum from Vietnam and China, but can be distinguished by a combination of coloration, morphometrics, and meristics. Very cool. Alright, so we'll just kind of... The other papers won't have a lot on the species, so we'll kind of like skim through this. And then if there are like photographs, I do want to see photographs of this species, but then also of other new Australian shark species. I am kind of curious about this project. So let's see. So I'll just skim through this. Lass and Stevens identified 7 Cephaloscyllium species from Australian waters, consisting of 5 considered to be undescribed and 2 nominal species, Cephaloscyllium fasciatum and Cephaloscyllium laticeps. Laticeps being the dropboard shark. So, oh, cool, Howard. Not sure. Saw a reference to it in googling shark fossils for sale. Need a copy too. Yes. So Sharks of the World. I think there's 2 versions. There's the big one, which is like the full body text, and I think depending on where you get it from, I think it can go from 30 to 50. And then there's like the pocket guide, which that's around like 15 to 20, depending on where you get it from. So both are really good. The pocket guide has all of the illustrations and all of like all of the, it has these beautiful full plate color illustrations, and then all of these. Actually, yeah. Wait. Let me make sure I haven't got this right. Okay, so it has the full color illustrations, and then the Sharks of the World main body text. It's kind of like a textbook. It's almost like a textbook. Has those illustrations as well as the two-dimensional drawings and more in-depth species descriptions. So I had actually, and that, you know what? Let's go shopping because I don't think my Amazon. Hold on. Okay. Let me. Let's just type in Sharks of the World. So, because my Amazon is a little cursed because, I mean, I'll click on the Amazon. My Amazon's a little cursed because, as a joke, I was looking up a Goofy book for a friend, and it's the first thing that jumps into my page. So it's a little cursed. So, but here we go. We got it in through the back end. Okay. It's just a terrible. So, random side story. There is a ridiculous series of books that are kind of like the most zany, bonkers version of Harry Potter that are allegedly written by Chris Pine in disguise. So, a friend of mine who loves literature was telling me about these, and I was like, I have to see these. And unfortunately, it's become like whenever I go on Amazon, it's like the main link. So, but I'm really glad we got to jump on this without seeing those. So here we go. Sorry, that was a really random side tangent. So here we go. We got lots of editions of Sharks of the World. I am not sponsored by Sharks of the World, by the way. I just love the series of books sincerely. It's incredible. So you've got the new main text, and for $33 on Kindle. So that's actually a pretty good deal. You got the brand new one. This is the brand new pocket guide, and that's only $10 on Kindle. Awesome. You've got regional guides. This is actually exciting. Europe and the Mediterranean. You've got my version, which is, I have the big one and this white one here. This one is probably about $10 as well. And then there's actually some older ones, and I want to see if I can find. Oh, wow. I didn't know you can get FAO guides on Amazon. That's really cool, actually. Look at that, 150 bucks. There's a really good shark book that it's worth it. It's what do you call it? Oops. Let's see if I can look at it here. Okay. So, Sharks of North America. There we go. Okay. This book is super pricey. Look at that. It's $210, but this one is like, I remember this in the Vim's library. This one is really cool. Very, very in depth. So I think one day I might get a copy, just because like it is like North American species, and really, really robust work. But sorry, this is a fun little tangent. But Sharks of the World is an excellent like starting point for just like, or not excellent starting point. It's like an excellent like core text for if you love sharks and want to have kind of like instant access to so much information. I would say like sharkreferences.com is like the online equivalent of just like you can just pour over paper after paper, but Sharks of the World is like the nice physical copy of that. So definitely love them. I'm not sponsored by them. I just think they're amazing texts. So yeah. So, but I'll keep going. But yeah. Yeah, darn. Yeah, $210 for Sharks in North America. I think Sharks in North America is kind of like a university text. It's one that I've seen. I've only seen it in libraries, where it's like it's one that it's probably the school invests in it, you know. So, but yeah, really cool body work though. But here we go. So, you know, it'd be really cool. Actually, Howard, do you have any recommendations on a fossil shark book? Because I don't know, like, I know the modern sharks, like Sharks of the World is like the go-to, but I don't know anything. I don't know anything about fossil literature. So, if you have any recommendations, please leave um, a a title in the chat, because like that, definitely have to check that out. So. But let's see. Laston Stevens identified 7 Cephaloscyllium species from Australian waters, consisting of 5 considered to be undescribed species and 2 nominal species. This is the 4th paper in a series on new species of swell sharks of the genus Cephaloscyllium, with 6 new species from Australian waters described in the 3 previous papers. Cephaloscyllium albopinum, Cephaloscyllium cookie, Cephaloscyllium signorum, and Cephaloscyllium specum. Okay, I love these names. Cephaloscyllium variegatum and Cephaloscyllium zebrum. I feel like I think we might have covered one of these, because these sound kind of familiar. Let's see. Three previous papers provided formal descriptions of undescribed species. Further examination of Australian specimens reveal that they are clearly separable from the type specimen of the species that represent a new taxon. Oh, okay. Okay, cool. So they're talking about how our swell shark, the Australian Reticulated Swellshark, has the unique color pattern. This species has a distinctive color pattern of dark brown lines which form loops, open-centered saddles, reticulations, and circles, which clearly distinguishes it from other members of the genus Cephaloscyllium. Australian specimens have a similar color pattern which distinguishes it from other Australian Cephaloscyllium species, but are clearly separable from the true Cephaloscyllium fasciatum. This new species is formally described and compared closely with type specimen of Cephaloscyllium fasciatum. Okay, we don't need to go through the methods. Okay. Okay, so holotype. So the main physical. Let's look at a refresher for holotypes. There we go. Holotype. Wikipedia. Wikipedia, always there for a quick little. Here we go. So just as a reminder, whenever scientists do discover a new species, they have to assign it, or they have to build a foundation for it. I think the best equivalent of that is like when you create a measurement, like say a gram, you have to have a physical reference of like, okay, what is 1 gram? Like, you know, how are we calibrating everything to 1 gram? And they'll have a gram of something, like, and I forget what they use. I forget if it's like a gram of gold or a gram of silver, or a gram of like aluminum. I forget what they use for like the official measurement. But there has to be the anchor for the whole definition of a gram. It's almost kind of like setting your clocks to like the main time, like what is anchoring that, and I guess that would be atomic time. I forget how that works, but anyway, so a holotype is similar, where the holotype is kind of like the physical specimen upon which the species is named. So a holotype is a single physical example or illustration of an organism used when the species was formally described. It is either the single such physical example or one of several examples, but explicitly designated as a holotype. This is the best way to say it. A holotype is one of several kinds of name-bearing types. So it is the anchor point for the name. It is the physical proof of the name Cephaloscyllium hemiscyllium. Like, I'm trying to think of like a good. Gosh, I'm trying to think of a good example. Or another good example. I mean, I think like the Honestly, I think like the gram is probably like the best example, like that gram analogy, you know. So in that sense, this individual that they're describing right here, the holotype, which was caught off of Lender Point, Western Australia, in 320 meters of water. I believe it's this guy. Yes, it's this one. So this is the holotype. Sharkreferences.com will always have this, or usually have this listed. So here's Cephaloscyllium hiscosellum, adult male holotype. So this is like the anchor for the whole name. This is the physical proof of like, okay, anytime you see a swell shark that looks like this, you know, or matches the one that we found, it's gonna be Cephaloscyllium hiscosellum. Like, this is the anchor for the name, and everything that you see that matches this falls under this name. So I hope that makes sense. Like, holotypes are kind of confusing. Like, types are confusing as far as like, it's like in your head you get it, but like when you explain it, it's kind of hard to explain. But it's like the physical. Let me just read the comments. It's like the physical. Oh, thank you. The gram analogy is a good one. I was giving myself a headache the other day trying to explain the concept to a friend. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I think that's probably the best way to do it. Is like the gram, like or like the inch. Like, okay, but what is the thing that you measured that we know is the inch? Like this is the first inch. So yeah. Oh my gosh, but. Ooh, oh, this is cool. Howard, this is awesome. Fossil Sharks of the Chesapeake Bay by Brett and Kent. Hold on. There's another book about the Cretaceous sharks of Texas. Hold on. Fossil Sharks of the Chesapeake Bay. Oh, man, I want to... Oh, this is cool. I wonder if I can get, like, a preview. This is cool. Oh my gosh. Can you guys identify these? I know this one, top left, is a megalodon. Not just because it's big. And I learned this from you guys. And I think you in particular, Howard, I think you taught me this. It's because it has the burlette. So it's not like a big shark tooth. Not necessarily a megalodon. It has to be sizable, but it also has to have that burlette, like that that kind of triangular black mark between the root and the crown. So that is a true meg. So this one in the bottom, I'm not sure who this is. I want to say that's a kind of. Do you have an idea what that is? I feel like this is a kind of mako shark or white shark. Probably a mako based on the shape. Because it's a pretty broad triangular tooth. Huge root. Really, really deep looking root. Let me know what you think as far as what this tooth is. This one's definitely megalodon. But this one, not really sure. So let's see if there's other editions of this. I kind of want to see if I can take a peek inside it, but... Oh, here's fossilguy.com, which is one of my favorites. Yeah, I've never been to Calvert Cliffs. I've been to similar formations in Virginia, but I've not been to Calvert Cliffs, which is like a very famous location. I just want to see if there's like a... There we go. Fossil identification for Calvert Cliffs. Shark fossils. This is really cool. Wow, actually, this is great. Let's see if we can okay. We won't spend too much time on this. We'll get back to the swell shark, but really, really cool assemblage here. There's Hemipristicera, the snaggletooth shark. Really cool. Tiger shark, Gallicero aduncus. Tiger-like shark, Physogalius contortus. Great name. Short fin mako. Carcharodon hostalis. I do have at least one hostalis tooth. I do have a narrow white shark tooth. And I also have Carcharodon plicatillus, which I'm really, really happy about. That's one of my favorite fossils, actually. This is cool. Really, really cool assemblage here. This is a nice photo of a modern Kaunas ray. Love these guys. Shark fossils, here we go. Serrated giant thresher. Super cool. Fossil threshers. I'm gonna catch up on the comments. Oh, cool. The other tooth is Porodontus bendinii, a thresher. That is so cool. And just how the hell? That's awesome. I nailed the tooth identification power. Yes, Howard, that's excellent. That is so cool. I never would have got that, but that makes sense. Like, because it looks, because my guesses were like mako and white shark, somewhere in that area, and threshers are not too far off. They are in the same order at least, so it's really cool. Oops, I didn't mean to click on this. Let me go back. There we go. Got sand tiger sharks. Love the side tangent. This is just, I always think this part is fun. I have to get fossil hunting again. Last time I went was April, I think. I got a nice pull. So, gotta go to a new place. Bull shark, good Carcharodontus lucas. Caribbean reef shark, really cool. Bronze whaler, which we did recently. Okay, megatooth shark. Crococles subauriculatus. Now, that's interesting because this is not megalodon. This is, but it does have a burlette there. Interesting. Oh, it is a megalodon. It's a kind of megalodon? Wait a minute. Crococles subauriculatus? Is this a kind of megalodon? It's a megatooth shark. Then here we go, Crococles, megalodon, and subauriculatus. I can't tell the difference between these, other than, you know, you've got the burlettes here. Really great looking teeth, though. Typical size and condition of teeth that are found in Calvert Cliffs. Wow, these look great, actually. So cool. Love these. Actually, okay, so this is Carcharodon histalis. I think, yes, I do have one of these. There we go. But there's a cousin of this called Carcharodon plicotilus, which I have as well. And I think I get more plicotilus, actually. We've got Gaussiodonticus, tiger sharks. These are great. Physogaleus contortus, extinct tiger-like shark. That's so cool. Hemipristacera, the snaggletooth shark. Beautiful broad serrations here. Really cool coloration. A nice collection of these. This one's a particularly pretty one. Oh, and there's a symphysial tooth, or symphysial tooth right here. Very cool. Pathological snaggletooth shark, Hemipristacera. Interesting. The lower snaggletooth was a twisted crown and two tips. Interesting. Mako. I think I do have some Mako shark actually. Lemon shark. Seven gill shark. I don't have any of these. These are so cool. Like, I love the multiple rounds here. Yeah, sorry. Sharp-nosed shark. Angel shark. Hammerhead. And then you got vertebrae. Okay. LoveFossilGuy.com, super fun website. Kind of a random question, but so I definitely get fossils. Oh, cool. The denticles were still not fully developed. After that came C. articulatus, then Carcocles anguostidens, Carcocles chubentensis, and finally Carcocles megalodon. So cool. I'm starring that comment. Thank you. That is so cool, Howard. I love the evolution. I was catching up with a friend. Actually, I was catching up with Connor, our friend Connor McDonald, where I was kind of talking about like the shark evolution paths, where people mistake white sharks being related closely to megalodon, and they really aren't. Like, you've got the mako sharks breaking off, and the megatooth sharks breaking off very early, and they all evolved differently. Whereas like the mako sharks, a group of those started getting more interested in seals. They started to get bigger, packing on more pounds, and they started to become the white sharks. Whereas like the megalodons are a completely separate group. They're closely related as far as like being in the same order, but they're not as close as people think they are. But I didn't know the pathway, so it's really cool to see like Arculatus. Okay. Yeah, so Carcocles auriculatus, anguostidens, chubentensis, and then megalodon. So, also, I love that they. I know fossil hunters called the chubentensis tube chubs. So that always cracks me up. That we got some good chubs here. So, but yeah. But a question I was going to ask, by the way. So in the Chesapeake Bay region, I definitely get fossil shark teeth. In the Bay of Fundy, famous fossil shark site, not fossil shark, famous fossil site. There's a lot of fossils in the Bay of Fundy region. I don't know if there's shark fossils or other kinds of fossils, but my question is, Mingus, do you have fossil sites in like Maine or New England, like kind of on that coast? Because the coast is very rocky, so I don't think I don't know what the situation is as far as like, are there areas that do have fossil deposits? Because I'd be kind of curious, because the Chesapeake Bay does, and then the Bay of Fundy does, and so like the New England region of the U.S. is like between those. So I'm kind of curious at what the fossil situation is up there. So. If you know, love to hear your thoughts on that, because it's pretty interesting to me as far as like what you can find. I was telling my girlfriend, by the way, that we watched Jurassic Park recently, and we were kind of talking about like dinosaur fossils, and we don't really get those here because you have to go. Like, you do have dinosaur fossils on the East Coast, but they are kind of... My understanding is they're few and far between. Like, they're, like, tracks sometimes, but they're not really, like, huge deposits. You have to go further out west in order to find those, like the Dakotas. But I could be wrong about that. Like, I know Chesapeake, Carolina, Florida shark fossils pretty well. The rest, it's very amorphous to me. So, okay, cool. Howard, I'm sure they are in Maine. Not sure about New England. Gotcha. I always get sad when I think of fossils in Maine. The soil is notorious for not fossilizing anything well. As far as I know, there's never been a known fossil site here. Gotcha. Yeah, I wonder if nearby there might be, like, unless colonial era housing has fossils. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I wonder if there's, like, I don't know, because I wonder if, like, any of the marsh areas, like, may have fossil deposits. I don't know. Like, I'll have to look into that. I'm kind of curious about that. So, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah, because I used to vacation in New Hampshire quite a lot, and yeah, that coast is very, very rocky. So, but yeah, I don't know. Just kind of curious. I just typed this in really quick. Shark fossils in Maine. The Mount Waldo Quarry, which contains fossils of ancient marine reptiles and shark's teeth. Okay. Where is that? That's cool. Fossils of Maine. The Mount Waldo Quarry, which contains Eastport Formation, which is yielded diverse array of plant animal fossils dating back to Jurassic period. Beaches and cliff along the coast are particularly good places to look for fossils, including evidence of ancient shellfish and other sea creatures. This is so cool. I have no idea where these locations are. Okay. Interesting. Okay, Mount Waldo Quarry. I'm just really curious where that is. Mount Waldo Quarry. Oh, cool. So that's actually kind of on the coast. Interesting. Okay. Very cool. Kind of near Bangor. Okay. Interesting. All right. Well, I guess there is a fossil spot. It might be a fun adventure. Very cool. Eastport, so far away. Eastport is the northernmost point in the continent of the USA. At least they advertise it. So interesting. Oh, Howard, good point. Sometimes they're buried deep in the landscape. Interesting. Very cool. Yeah, like. Yeah. Oh my gosh, Mingus. Yes. If you do go, please let us know. Just feel free to just drop any comments on future streams. If you do that adventure, that'd be really cool to go. That especially in the summer. That might be a fun shark tooth shark tooth hunting summer might be fun. Howard, do you have fossils near where you are in Canada? Because depending on where you are. Even if you may not be on the coast, there are different formations. So, I'm very curious if there's anything nearby in your area, or if there's like places that could be day trips, you know. And also, just out of curiosity, sharks, and I'm kind of on a dinosaur kick, but like dinosaurs. Are you near sharks or dinosaurs? Because I have sharks, but I'm not. As far as I know, I don't have any. I'm not near any dinosaur things. I did go to West Virginia once, and they had a full Dimetrodon skeleton in the Welcome Center, which really, really blew me away. I was very shocked by that, actually, because I was not expecting that. And Dimetrodon is not a dinosaur. I forget what kind of reptile it is. It was in the Permian period, so it's before the dinosaurs, but it's still an amazing, intimidating kind of fossil. And I was not expecting to see that because, like, I'm used to fossils being on the coast, not really in the Midland, kind of inland. So, but in West Virginia, is very mountainy and very like. I was just not expecting to see like a whole skeleton in the Welcome Center, which I'm sure was like locally acquired. So, synapsids, yes, synapsids. That's what it is. Thank you, Mingus. Yeah, synapsids. Actually, yeah. Let's just Google that. Where to find Dimetrodon? Fossils. Most fossils have been found in the southwest United States. The red beds of Texas and Oklahoma. See, that is so cool. It's such a frightening looking thing. What? Wait. What? The earliest discovered Dimetrodon fossils were of a maxilla recovered in 1845 by a man named Donald McLeod living in the British colony of Prince Edward Island. Was the fossil found in Prince Edward Island? Okay, Texas, Texas. Illinois? Oklahoma. Maybe the one in West Virginia was kind of, maybe it was like a donation. Oh, this is so cool. Oh my gosh, I didn't know there was multiple kinds of Dimetrodons. Oh, these are really cool, really freaky looking. Man, these are cool. Oh, here we go, okay. Prince Edward Island, really? Oh my gosh, go Canada. I didn't know that you could get that. Dimetrodon borealis was found in Prince Edward Island. Home of Anne of Green Gables. Wow. Oh my gosh. Arizona, Germany, Texas, Oklahoma. Gotcha. So maybe not West Virginia. Maybe I got that wrong. But interesting, interesting. That's so cool. Whoa! They're finding spiny sharks of Silurian age in the Niagara region. Really? That is so cool, Howard. Oh, wait. Okay. We have mainly Devonian or earlier. There are some Pleistocene sites around Toronto. That's so cool. Spiny sharks. That is so cool. New fossil shark species found in Atoll New Brunswick. Really? That is so cool. Do you have the name of it? Actually, I wonder if I can Google that really quick. Fossil shark, New Brunswick. Campbellton. Whoa. Bothriolepsy. Cool. This website is going to show a lot of ads, so it's probably, yeah. I'm just going to scan for pictures. Yeah, that's a shame. A lot of news websites are just covered in ads, so it makes them really hard. News and weather websites are just covered in ads. So this is rock art. Oh. Possible shark manatee pre-ice age portable rock art. I don't know about that. Oh, this is cool. Well, okay, no it's not. Kinds of shark that exist in the Bay of Fundy. That's not true. Nope. Okay, yep, okay, sorry. We're gonna get out of here because I'm not sure how accurate that is. Okay, anyway. Because it's showing bullhead sharks, and I'm like, no, bullhead sharks don't live in the Bay of Fundy. They don't live in the Atlantic, actually. So, anyway, we'll get back to our swell shark. But it was a good little detour. Like, just fossils, so fascinating. So. Let's see. Okay. And we'll just kind of scan through this. Okay. So by the way, it's 10:30. So I know we usually let the rock guys write about sharks. Yeah. So 10:30. So I know we usually pick out a shark for next week. And we can do that. We're gonna add some bonus rules for a very important reason. So, and I am gonna ask for some more patience. And I promise I will be here for the rest of the year. But next week I'm doing something really important. I'm actually gonna be moving. So I'm moving from the Virginia Beach area to the Washington D.C. area. Not in Washington D.C. proper. I'm going to be in Virginia. So still same state, but I'm going to be moving next week. So I won't be doing a stream next Monday. But I do feel like, okay, I've been kind of like gone for like a couple times this year. I've missed some weeks. So I think we should create some special rules for the following stream, meaning we can do a modern shark, or, and for this one time only, because we do have fossil lovers on our stream, we could do a special lost episode of a prehistoric species. We've never done a prehistoric shark on the stream before. Usually, as you guys have probably know, like I'm usually kind of like I want to focus on modern species for conservation and everything, but I think just kind of as a treat, since I will be gone next week, just to complete the move and everything. I think it'll be good for the next time we reconvene to open that possibility up if you guys want to do a fossil. So please let me know if you would like to do for our stream on, is that going to be August or September? August 26th will be our next stream. If you guys want to do a modern species or a fossil species, please leave a comment in the chat of what species you'd like to cover. I promise that is the last time I am skipping a stream until the holidays. So deep into the holidays, the holiday sabbatical. But September, October, November, I am here. I promise I'm here. I'm so sorry for the absences. I'm here for the rest of the summer and into the fall. So, and I feel like we got to do a fossil episode. So let me know what fossil you'd like to cover. And we could actually, multiple fossils would be kind of fun. We'll call it, and I think we'll call it the Lost Episode or Lost Episode 1. Just to kind of have some fun. So, yeah. All right. So, and thank you. Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes. Love the comments, guys. Thank you. Thank you, Midges. Hoping the move goes smoothly. Thank you, Howard. Glad you're excited about that. And love that comment, Midges. Yes, I've learned. I mean, I think it's fair to say Howard is definitely the big fossil shark guy on our channel. I've learned a lot from you, Howard. Personally, I really didn't know. Honestly, before the stream, I really didn't know a lot about fossil sharks. And then as we've all communicated together, yeah, the Dr. Joe's Shark Study Party official spinoff. But as we've all communicated together, I've really learned so much. So yeah, I think a fossil special is well in order. So yeah, let me know what you guys would like to cover. There's so much to cover as far as just to throw them out there. We've got the megatube sharks, we've got the acanthodians, which I don't know if they are technically sharks or if they are an entirely different group, like the spiny sharks. We've got those flying fish like sharks. So, yes. What's the fossil site, Howard? That actually might be better to cover. Excuse me. To cover a whole site, so that we can kind of hop from species to species and kind of see the diversity. That'd be really cool. So, yeah, what site is it? Isla Sorna, Site B. So, do you guys have a favorite Jurassic Park, by the way? Hornby, British Columbia. Okay, hell yeah, let's do that. Hornby, BC fossils. Let's do Fossil Huntress. I'm just gonna take a this is gonna be cool. Just gonna take a quick look. This is cool. All right. Oh man. Okay, we'll take a quick look at this too. All right, you had me at frill shark teeth. Not buying fossils, but I did see where is it? Including frill shark teeth. That's gonna be really cool. I've never. All right, I think you did bring this location up maybe last year. I think this is a very famous spot actually. So yeah, I'm so down for this. The fact that there's frill shark teeth, fossilized frill shark teeth, so down for that. So all right, So we're gonna do on August 26th the Hornby Island fossil special, the lost episode. So I'm super excited about that. Great way to return and to stay, where no more adventures, no more mishaps. I will be here for the rest of the year. So super excited about that. So great suggestion, Howard. Thank you, and we'll cover that for August 26th. So yeah, that's gonna be awesome. But if you guys let me know if you guys have a favorite Jurassic Park. By the way, just out of curiosity, I used to love Lost World. Like, that was my favorite. And then as I've gotten older, like, the original Jurassic Park became my favorite. Like, the aesthetic, the vibe, I just love it. The T-Rex is incredible in the first one, and I feel like just I almost feel like it doesn't matter what happens next. Like, as far as the other movies, it's like the T-Rex was done right in the first Jurassic Park. So, oh my gosh, yep, definitely agree. 2 and 3 guilty pleasures. Yeah. So 2, it was my childhood favorite because I loved the adventure on Isla. Isla Sorna is Site B. Yeah, right? Yeah, Isla Sorna is Site B in 2. Isla Nublar is Jurassic Park in 1. So, but I loved the Lost World. Like, just the island adventure is really fun. The San Diego part of it is like, it's okay. It's a little disaster movie. It's okay. Not my favorite. I like the island stuff more. And then Jurassic Park 3, I used to kind of like be very met on it, and then as time has gone on, I was like, yeah, I actually like it. It's a kind of like a good little romp. It's a fun like camping movie in a weird way. Like, it's a fun like, oh yeah, they're just out in the jungle with dinosaurs, and like I like the first 3. I've seen Jurassic World. I'm not the biggest fan of it. I've not seen the second Jurassic World. The third one I've not seen either, but I've heard the third one is good because it reunites the original cast. So I've been meaning to see that. But if you guys have any additional Jurassic Park thoughts, let me know. But yeah, I definitely agree. The first 3 are the ones I really like. So, camping gone horribly wrong. Yep. Oh my goodness. Let's see. So these are more in-depth descriptions of the Australian Reticulated Swellshark. Let's see. More descriptions. Here is the original photograph of the holotype. Morphometric data. Oh, interesting. A case. A case is smooth without transverse or longitudinal striations or ridges. So this is interesting. So the other swell sharks had those like those ridges that I kept talking about, but this one actually has a smooth A case. Interesting. Uniformly pale yellowish in color. Okay. Interesting. So we've seen this photograph before, but I didn't notice the first time that it's actually missing those like rivulets that the other swell shark A cases have. So that's actually pretty interesting that that's the case. Okay. Got the color. Okay, direct combination. Yeah. Okay, Cephaloscyllium hiscosellum is clearly separable from other Australian species of Cephaloscyllium by its distinctive color pattern. Unlike other Australian species, Cephaloscyllium hiscosellum has a color pattern dominated by dark brown lines, forming a series of open saddle-like markings and narrow rings on the dorsal and lateral surfaces of the body and fins, and without spots. Cephaloscyllium hiscosellum attains a much smaller size than most other Australian species, with the exception of the similar-sized Cephaloscyllium zebrum and the considerably smaller Cephaloscyllium cookie. Cephaloscyllium hiscosellum has a lower number of vertebrae than other Australian species, with the exception of Cephaloscyllium cookie. Okay. Oh, so here is a different species, Cephaloscyllium fasciatum, but you can clearly tell them apart because this kind of swell shark has a lot of blotches, a lot of spots. It doesn't have the straight lines on the back that the Australian Reticulated Swellshark does. So beautiful species, really, really beautiful, simple, elegant pattern on it. Oop. Okay, Cephaloscyllium hiscosellum was previously considered to be conspecific with Cephaloscyllium fasciatum. The two species are superficially very similar but differ in meristics, color, and subtly in morphometrics. Larger specimens of fasciatum have dark spots in the dorsal fin. It's basically what we just said, actually. So, interesting. Cephaloscyllium hiscosellum was found to show relatively high levels of interspecific variation in some measurements. Interesting. Okay. And that's really it. So not a lot of information on the species. It looks like they just collected it and then measured it, identified it as a new species, but we don't, because it's a deep water species in an area that I believe it's not sampled as much, we don't really know much about it. So yeah, it's pretty interesting. We'll go back to this in a little bit, but I want to see if there's anything new. So this is like the main paper, but I think it's actually, is this the same study? I think this is the same study, isn't it? Yes, okay. This is not based on the swell shark specifically. This is more of a study on sharks in general, but you can kind of see, I think, genetically how they all relate to each other. I want to see if they can show us the tree. There should be like a phylogenetic tree. Because this is like a very in-depth... Oh, there we go. Genetic study. Okay, there we go. So that's what I wanted. So this is like a phylogenetic tree. Oh, but this is like multiple individuals on it. This is a little too big to kind of see meaningfully. So I think we'll maybe skip it, but... Yeah, I think we'll skip that just to save on time. I think our shark is just a reference in this, so that's not gonna work. Different kinds of swell sharks here. There we go. I think this is an IUCN Red List summary. Maintaining it's okay. There's currently no information on population size, structure, or trend for the species, but it's likely the population is stable as it does not overlap with much fishing activity. The range of the species off Western Australia is only subject to very low fishing effort through the Australian Commonwealth managed Western Deepwater Trawl Fishery and the Northwest Slope Trawl Fishery. The reticulated swellshark is a deepwater benthic swellshark that has been recorded from the upper continental slope at depths of 294 to 420 meters. Maximum size is 52 centimeters. Males mature at 46. Nothing else is known of its biology. Interesting. This is a regional guide. Least concern endemic to Australia. Pretty much the same information. Okay, nothing new. This is a study that we've seen before, but I think the swell shark should be in here. Yes, so let's see if we can zoom in. I think, yeah, we looked at this study recently as far as looking at evolutionary change. So here we go. Cephaloscyllium, hiscosellum. Looks like it's closely related to albopinum and cephalans. Look at all these swell sharks, by the way. These are all swell sharks. Not all the yellow, but all the Cephaloscylliums. Is quite a lot. I know, Minjus, you've been mentioning that you didn't realize how many there were. And actually, frankly, I didn't either. Like, I knew there was a handful, but I didn't realize there was this many. So we've got Cerowacensis, Umbratil, Ventriosum, Silaci, Fasciatum, Variegatum, Laticeps, Pictum, Specum, Hiscosellum, Albopinum, Cephalans, and then we have Cookie. Because and Cookie is a new species. So one day I'm very excited to see the Cookie, the Cookie swell shark. So. Oh, interesting. I wonder if it's more closely related to cat sharks than other swell sharks we looked at. Oh, no worries. Yeah. So, also, I love the excitement. So yeah, it looks like all the swell sharks are kind of. Oh, this is interesting, by the way. Look at this. So it looks like all the swell sharks, so all the Cephaloscyllium, are actually analogous, or like kind of analogous to Scalerinus torizame, where Scalerinus torizame broke off from the other swell sharks a long time ago. This is the Eocene. Okay. But this is interesting because if you look at this, you have actually, yeah, you have this right here. What is this period? The Upper Cretaceous? Yes, this is the Upper Cretaceous period. So in the Upper Cretaceous period, you actually do have a split where you have this top branch evolving into Scalerinus ratifer, the chain cat shark, and these other Scalerinus, and then Poroderma. I think Poroderma is shy sharks. But then you have this bottom branch that evolved into the swell sharks, and then Scalerinus torizame specifically. That's actually really interesting. Who is that? We'll do Wikipedia. The cloudy cat shark? The cloudy cat shark. Interesting. So this kind of cat shark seems to be genetically more related to swell sharks than it is to other cat sharks, but it's in the genus Scalerinus. That's actually pretty interesting. And what's kind of fascinating is, like, look at the color pattern. It's a bit similar to the dropboard shark a little bit, which is a kind of swell shark. The head also looks a little bit thicker too. But this is classified as Scalerinus, so that's actually pretty fascinating to see. Although in this view, definitely does look quite a bit more noodly. Okay, these are really cute. Cloudy cat sharks. These are very, very cute. And you can also see their dermal denticles are pretty large, actually, so you can kind of see them. They almost look a little fuzzy. Very, very cute species. But that's interesting genetically. Like, so the cloudy cat shark, Scilurhinus torizame, if you follow this line, it's rooted more closely to the swell sharks than it is to other cat sharks. That's pretty fascinating, actually. So it could be that Scilurhinus torizame, maybe one day in the future, maybe this will be reclassified as its own thing, or maybe it will be given Cephaloscyllium, or just maybe become its own thing, because genetically it's so... That's really interesting that it's more closely related to swell sharks than other cat sharks. So that's pretty fascinating. So, just catching up. It was a strange feeling when you learn about something new and then find out, oh yeah, there's actually several of that thing. Yes, yeah, that's actually really cool. I feel that way about, there's this, I forget what this is, but there's this like Australian, I think it's a kind of arthropod, and I think it's an arthropod technically. Yeah, it is an arthropod. It's a kind of arthropod, and I forget if it's a crustacean or if it's something else, but it looks like a trilobite. And I was like, what is this thing? Like, I saw it once in an aquarium, no idea it existed, whatever it was. So, but yeah. It's weird though, since it shares a common ancestor with cat sharks that other swell sharks don't share with cat sharks. Yes, so it's kind of cool to see like these nodes, breaking off where, it's like the name Scilurhinus is nested within this group, but then it's also it's crossing a node into this group. That includes the Cephaloscyllium. There's a couple of shark groups that actually do that. Oh, well, here you go. Yeah. It's actually very clearly illustrated. So you have Haliloris maculosus, which is nested within this green group. This is the Atelomictoridae. And I'm going to be honest, I forget what kind of cat sharks Atelomictoridae are. Pentanchidae, I forget. These are deepwater cat sharks, right? So... but it's kind of interesting that this genus, which is also very comfortably in the rest of the purple down here, is nested within the green here. Blue sharks are similar, I believe. That's a little bit more in my wheelhouse, so let's take a look. Well, actually, that's not a good example because there's only one blue shark. I'm trying to find an example of a shark that's kind of nested in something, but I guess I can't find an example other than the cat sharks. So yeah, that's probably the best one because you can clearly see like the purple versus the green, that you have this whole group of purple sharks, but then you have this one purple species that is nested in the green family. So it's just like, it kind of just goes to show how convoluted and shark classification is, and or shark evolution is, and as you like learn more, you realize, oh, maybe we misclassified this, or maybe this needs to be reassigned. On that note, Galucerdo, the tiger sharks, let's double check where that is. Oh, good, you can see this. So they actually in this paper, they treated it like its own family. And that's actually really cool to see. Okay, so this is a good example. So, tiger sharks, Galucerdo cuvier. Tiger sharks are always, for the longest time, considered to be this Carcharodontidae, the dark blue, right? But you can actually see back here that tiger sharks broke off from the other Carcharodontids a long, long time ago. This is the Upper Cretaceous period, and within that, you have the tiger sharks breaking off in the light blue. Then you have this whole other group that become either the Carcharodontidae, so like your requiem sharks, like the bull shark, or this pink group that become the hammerheads. So tiger sharks hammerheads are more closely related to Carcharodontids than tiger sharks are. It's really cool to see that, because they used to be considered the same family, and then, as our research has gotten better, we realize, wait a minute, tiger sharks reproduce in a very different kind of way. Like they have, like their whole, I forget what it is specifically. They have like large litters, and there's something about the placental connection that is very different from carcharinids. Their reproduction is very, very different from carcharinids, so and hammerheads. So they were reclassified, and then this genetic analysis is actually really cool to see, or phylogenetic analysis is really cool to see that they broke off at an older point than the hammerheads breaking off from the rest of the carcharinids. So it's just so cool to see that. So yeah, I think similarly, I think the fact that the cloudy cat shark is more closely related to swell sharks than other kinds of cat sharks, I think this is analogous to that. It's like really cool to see, but it also it's kind of like, oh, gotcha. Oh, sorry, I got on a tangent and I missed some of these comments. So like it's really, really cool to see that, like, how convoluted shark phylogeny is, and how justified it is that sharks are reassigned different families and species. Even modern sharks are even reassigned different families and species throughout time. So let's see. Of course, it's near Australia. I have to look it up. Howard, horseshoe crab. Great guess. Because like horseshoe crabs are basically like modern trilobites as far as like they look like. I know they're not, but like they look like it. But it's not that. The world of sharks is insane. Yeah. You ever find yourself feeling like the purple shark in the green shark family? Let me see if I can find this. Okay. Australian crustacean. I want to see if I can find this thing, because this blew my mind. And I feel bad because it's probably not a crustacean. These are cool, by the way. I forget if these are called squat lobsters. Oh man, it's like... let me just try Australian trilobite living fossil. I'm gonna see if I can trick Google into showing me what I want to see. It's not that. Not that. I cannot tell you for the life of me what this thing is. Australian weird aquarium bug. Okay, it's not an insect. It's Australian sea monkey. Nope, no, I regret looking at that. Man, what is this thing? It's a Australian crustacean, Australian arthropod aquarium. It'll be hilarious if this is not from Australia at all, and I'm trying to remember what aquarium I saw this in. Weirdest aquarium animal. Okay, it's on axolotl. It's definitely an invertebrate of some sort, and these are not weird. These are cool. It's not a loach. It's not a goldfish. Where is aquarium invertebrate? Let's see if I can narrow it down. I will really have to find this. Yeah, these are not weird. It was like it had like an armored shell, and it had like eyes on top of the shell. Imagine like a tan miniature horseshoe crab with eyes on top of the shell. It almost makes you think of a trilobite. It's probably one of the coolest and strangest animals I've ever seen. What is this? Uh, I think it was freshwater, actually. I'm going to type in freshwater crustacean and then I'm going to give up because I have no idea what this is. I do think it is freshwater though, and I thought it was Australian. Okay, let's do freshwater crustacean Australia. Is it this? It's this. This is it. This is it. This is it. This is it. What the heck is this? This is it. We found it. Tadpole shrimp. Okay, let me Google that. This is it. Tadpole shrimp. Okay, so yeah, look at these things. Like these are so strange. Look at this. This is a real animal that lives in our world. And it's just like the eyes on top of the head. They make you think of like a prehistoric life form, you know? Yeah, three-eyed dinosaur shrimp. It has this like armored plate on the back. So that's what it is, a tadpole shrimp. Yeah, we should figure out where these live. And sorry, these are really creepy looking. But yeah, these are real. We shared this world with this. Oh, look at that. Montana field guide? These are in Montana? What? No, okay. Okay. Tadpole shrimp. We gotta figure out where these live. Okay, Notostraca. Okay, the two genera Triops and Lepidurus are considered living fossils, with similar forms having existed since the end of the Devonian around 360 million years ago. Okay, life cycle, ecology, distribution. They are found worldwide in freshwater, brackish water, and saline pools. It's a pest in California? What? Have you guys heard of these? Am I losing it? Tadpole shrimp. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yeah, just cracking up. Squat lobster. Google, come on. Real yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, wow. Howard, wow, never seen one. Yes. So I've seen only one once in an aquarium, and I had no idea these things were just here. Actually, yeah, I'm just clicking on living fossil because I just think this is a really cool subject. Yeah, let's just see if there's anything else. We've got coelacanths, ginkgoats, ginkgo trees, elephant shrews, which are really cool. Trapdoor spiders. Ginkgos again, ferns, the echidnas, Hoatzin. Hatch with two visible claws on their wings, but the claws fall out once the birds reach maturity. Oh, I want to see that actually. If we can. No, we can't. Okay. Crocodilians. Oh yeah, tuataras. These are great. So tuataras, these are not lizards. They look like a lizard, but they're not. They look like an iguana, but it's not. There's something completely different about their cranium, like their body structure. I forget what makes a tuatara, but these are native to New Zealand. and they are a unique group of reptiles. So these are love that these are included in the living fossil page. So goblin shark, yep. The nautilus, yep. Horseshoe crabs, yep. You know what? I think I take these for granted. I love these. I have not seen one live in the wild. I see a lot of them wash up on beaches, but I think I take these for granted because these are I mean, these are a really cool group of animals. And that's it. So, all right. Well, it's a little past 11, but that was a fun side tangent. So, oh my gosh. So, yes, Tuataras. Oh my gosh. So, man, really love that side tangent. I'm glad we did a detour of living fossils. But I think with that, we'll close out for tonight. So, but thank you guys so much for watching. It's really good to be back. Thank you again for being patient for next week. I'm really excited to do this move, and I should go pretty smoothly. So we won't have a stream next week, but the week after, we're gonna make up for it with so far the only fossil special. So we're gonna travel to British Columbia. Oh, thank you guys. Thank you. I appreciate that a lot. Thank you. It's good to be back. So we're going to just take one more break, and then we'll be back and locked in with our fossil special, traveling to British Columbia and the past. So I'm really excited to come back for that. And then we're locked in for the rest of the year. Super excited to see how many more sharks we can cover. I think we're creeping closer to episode 100. So really, really excited about that. But I hope you guys have a great week, a great next 2 weeks. Hope you guys get up to something fun for the summer. We're in August, which is actually, at least in my part of the world, peak shark season. This is like the peak time of sharks in the Chesapeake Bay region. So I'm gonna try to look for some. Hopefully we'll run into some. But hope you guys have some fun summer activities planned. But thank you so much for watching. Thank you guys. Thank you that the move will go well. I think it's gonna go really smooth. But yes, super psyched for the fossil special. So thank you, Minjas. Really appreciate that. But have a good one, guys. Have a great week. Hope you're feeling better, Howard. And we'll come back 2 weeks from now for fossil sharks. So cheers, guys, and have a good night. Bye.